Good night to be outdoors. Certainly feeling a bit more summer-like out there. We have high pressure off the coast of the Carolinas right now, keeping our wind out of the south and southwest, pumping that milder and muggier air into Connecticut, also slowing the progression of that front to the west. Dew points are in the upper 50s and lower 60s, so we're right on the cusp of pleasant and turning muggy. And by tomorrow afternoon, we will be plenty muggy. Temperatures very slow to fall here. We're down into the upper 50s, lower half of the 60s, recovering pretty quickly as soon as the sun comes up tomorrow. Look at that, 66 by 7 o'clock in the morning. Temperatures just keep on climbing. Inland back into the 70s as early as 8 a.m., upper 60s along the shoreline. By lunchtime, upper 70s to upper 80s, and away from Long Island Sound, we are forecasting 90s tomorrow in many communities. Upper 80s, lower 90s. It's along the shoreline where we'll see 80 to 85 degrees with that onshore wind coming off the cooler waters of Long Island Sound. And while this isn't quite record-setting, it will be the first 90-degree day of the year for the Hartford area. Dew points still up, not only tomorrow, but into Friday, too. And that's going to play a bit of a role in our risk for thunderstorms. They'll become a little more likely, still isolated in nature, beginning on Friday afternoon as that front starts to drop south into New England. We're really focused on the middle of the afternoon on Friday, and then things could end up improving just a little bit by Saturday morning. Here's the front making its way closer to us. We might see an isolated shower tomorrow. Doesn't appear to be too big of an issue. But here's the front parked over Connecticut on Friday, and watch as we get into the afternoon. We start to see this isolated development, some showers, some rumbles of thunder in the mix here. It doesn't look like much of a risk for severe weather, which is some good news. And then by Saturday, as it lifts back northwest of Connecticut, we end up with a drier start to the day. But we're giving you the first alert here that we do anticipate showers becoming likely the later we get into the day. Noon Saturday, model comparison, shades of green indicating the higher likelihood of showers. By 7 p.m. Saturday, guess what? We're still talking about the risk for some rain. That's also going to coincide with a bit of a drop in pollen count, so moderate to high both tomorrow and Friday, dropping down just a little bit on Saturday, since this does appear to be the wettest day of the next several, and also perhaps of the next week. Here's our iCam view right now in Waterbury. It's 64 degrees. We have some pretty good visibility. There's the cross at Holy Land, USA. Winds out of the south at 3 miles per hour, and our iCam view here in New London, where it's currently 62. It could be just a little bit hazy here in the distance. We still have a little bit of that wildfire smoke overhead right now, and that will play a role in the forecast tomorrow, too. Expect another day where the skies look a little milky. Upper 50s, low 60s tonight, but the big story is tomorrow's first alert weather day because of the heat and the mugginess. If you're going to be outdoors, especially in the peak heating hours, try to avoid strenuous outdoor activity and stay hydrated. We're still muggy on Friday, 80 to 85, maybe some upper 70s along the shoreline, and then we'll be in the mid-70s on Saturday. A slight recovery on Sunday, the pick of the weekend, the drier of the 2 weekend days, 75 to 80 on Monday. A little bit warmer on Tuesday with a risk for some showers late into the 70s on Wednesday next week. So tomorrow is our first alert weather day because it's the first 90-degree day of 2025. But the 8 to 14-day outlook, which gets us into the middle of June, showing these shades of orange, indicating the higher likelihood of temperatures running above average. So while tomorrow is certainly unseasonably warm for this time of year, more than 10 degrees above where we typically would be, the chances of us seeing 90 degrees only go up as we get a little later into summer. Mark, Aaron.